and welcome to the next episode. Is it part 12? Who really knows? I'm supposed to know this, aren't I? It's my show. I should know what episode we're on. Yes. Let's just go with that, shall we? Well, can I just say I've had 12 hours of drug pain-induced sleep, and I feel much better for it. So I think I want the Kuperiko as well. And I think in order to maximize these beacons, because each of them needs to be filled with modules, I'm going to put it right next door to it. So I'm going to have this outpost planner. I want you to output to the east. Yes. And I'm going to have to do some combat. As reluctant as I am, it must be done. There we go. So that's the unpleasant business of combat done. And wait a second, weren't they? They're all coming there because those trees are starting to die. And they're starting to die because of the pollution of my coal power plant. So I've had a few ideas for this episode. Besides the important drudgery of you really should increase your electronics production. Yes, everyone knows one should increase their electronics production. It is commonly understood. So I will do that. But first of all, we shall eliminate some things which will be in the way of making our... I don't need you there anymore because I have you here. So if I do that, should hopefully... look at those construction robots, they were going to pick it up. Nope, beat you to it. So we'll do that, and then we'll superimpose the grid pattern on top of it once the ore patch is in place. Because we don't want these... I can't be bothered with Esperanto anymore. Pylons. I mean, nobody in this world is going to be at a disadvantage because they don't know Esperanto. Alright, okay, new challenge. Let's go to Alia interface, language. How are they doing in... I don't want Africans, don't want Russian because I can't read any of that. I'm not even sure that is Russian, that doesn't look like it's Cyrillic, but that's Cyrillic as well. Dansk Dutch. Of course, Dutch would be all filled out because you want some primortism. Français. Let's go with Français. And then resume. I imagine I'll have to. Yeah, I will have to restart the game in order for it to be in French. Yeah. Okay then. Conserve. Version 1 peaceful. Yeah, Illyri. I'm going to pause the game there. Et maintenant, bienvenue à Factorio en français. We are going to continue with version 1 peaceful. And we keep this accent up for the entire 5 hours. No, it's not going to be for 5 hours. So I've got my file here and... today is the 20th day of September, year of our Lord 2020, and apparently according to this it's 0 bytes, so I'll just have to keep an eye on it. After 3 hours, I think 3 hours? Really? That seems a bit short. There's no one stopping me from doing 2 videos. But anyway, nous sommes joués Factorio en français. But Hobbit, you are at advantage because you know to speak French and you can do it with a French accent. Yes, quite. So I had a thought whilst the game was reloading. I thought, well, as I'm going to be spending some time here for my new smelting facility, I shall do a number of things. In addition to the 4 smelters here, which are exclusively for production of steel, I shall make an additional 4 smelters for iron, and I shall make another 4 smelters, so 12 in total. That's not right. Oh yes, but I can say this is 4 because it's 4 feeding into 4. So I shall have 12 in total for iron and copper, which means I can produce electrics. And then, wow, we have charbon. It is not coal, it is not carbo, it is charbon. We have charbon over there, so I think we'll build a train network, yes. We're going to have that train exclusive for the use of that. So come on, let's build some more city grid de ville. Put that there, like so. Throw in a few gaps here because I'm sure the robots would appreciate being able to fly in between the 2 bits there. And we definitely need charbon there to make plastic. But I think we can just extend a pipeline from here. We can use a bomb. Do I have a bomb in my inventory? Let us see if I have bomb. Yes, there's my bomb. I'll tell you what, the only thing that invigorates more than a 12-hour sleep is a 12-hour sleep where you wake up and you're not in pain. And we're not quite there, but we're getting there. So I'm probably going to look back at this video series and I'll start cringing. It's like, oh, why do you have to talk about your personal details? And wow, how else would I just explain the random drops in audio and the hissing and sighing and the, oh, that was painful, I better not move again. And I think we're going to, what would upgrade be in French? Is it mise à jour? I've seen that before with Windows updates. Planificateur de mise à nouveau. So, there we go. That is what it is in the original française. Yes. Let me just make sure that's muted. Good. So, this will be, we are going to supprimer planificateur de déconstruction. Okay, well, I say supprimer. I could also say couper. Supprimer is delete. So you see, if I do it in this language, I actually know some of it. So that's a good thing, right? 8 by 8. Oh no, you need to deconstruct more of this lexer. Yes. And we will do one of those, and then we'll do a second tier of it, like so. Very good. Right, so let us do what needs to be done. And you know what? I think it is time we start requesting the convoyeur rapidité. The convoyeur express. That is what we shall have now. We should have all of these. La demande pour leur object existe déjà. Is that so? What about this object? I should demand that as well. So, la demande pour l'objet existe déjà. What does that mean? Well, dear listener, it means the demand for this object already exists. So there you go. Does this mean I can do a better job of translation as well? I think so. Yes. It goes all the way up there. And let's just see. So there's 4 into there. So these 4 shall continue onwards and upwards, like so. Which means I need to remove more from here. Very good. Very, very good. And let us see. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think that would exhaust our local supply. But the thing is, that makes construction a lot more rapid by having a buffer chest. I think the trick is to just go, if you're not using it anymore, deconstruct the buffer so that the materials can go back into your central pool. I think that would be better for everybody. Do I have land fil remblai? Yes, we should have some remblai like so. And let's just increase that to a big one. And should put the remblai like so. There. So you see the blueprint is put some pylons over there, which the robots will reach as long as there's a roboport. But there's no roboport, so that needs to be done. And you can see the robots that they have done something here. Or they will be doing something here. They're coming in now with a remblai, which is actually quite good. I mean, these are words which I would not have. I would not have known these words had I not done Factorio. I mean, how often does it come up where you're in a polite conversation of the French language, and yes, such a thing does exist. There is polite conversations in the French language. I should know. I've spoken enough of them. And you say, what is this word? We call it landfill. Because sometimes you can actually just get away with, you think of the English word like white spirit, parking, weekend, and you just do the French accent, so you say the white spirit, le parking, le weekend, and there you have it. I am going to upgrade that. Now the thing is, there's still parts of my design which should use it, but I'm even sort of debating with myself now, like, well look, production's so good, including heavy oil for making lubricant, maybe I should just, as a matter of principle, just have everything be blue belts, even if the demand doesn't meet it, because then you know that your belts will always be at maximum. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's just connect these up. webs, that's one too many. Let's do like so. Control Z that, Control Z that, because they need to go up. How annoying. You do need to go up, but just a bit. So if I put you, I think there, like so. There we go. And yeah. Ghost build this one. They can deal with those rocks for me. I'm never picking up the pickaxe again. This is not Minecraft. I do not derive pleasure from hitting rocks. Hit the big rock with a rock. Now, why are these not fitting in? I mean, there's... Now it's all filling in. Well, except for this part here. Oh, well, we just have to be patient, I suppose, and wait for them to do their job. And in the meantime, we see that, yes, the construction robots... Well, we did set this landfill, the Remblai, a while ago, didn't we? Yes, we did. I didn't read that word in time, but I think that said non-attainable because it was out of range. So you can't just deploy robots wherever, or you can't just drop items wherever. Right, so a 4x4 lane will do us. We'll copy that segment there, and why not have a two-way gap in it, even if it does cause us some problems with the pylons. Bloody pylons getting in the way of everything. Let's have a look here. Put the grid on. There's our grid. I like to think that saving the game in process bit was the game warming up, the loading up Gridovision. Now, let's just do this bit by hand. Like so. There we go. There. Let's have a look at our production. Well, we can see, if I go to the 1 minute, we're producing 12,000 Verlico per minute. Oh no, this is consummation. Consummation, consuming 12,000 iron per minute and 10,000 plates. So what is the other? Well, some of it's being produced for making béton, which we know from our Esperanto is concrete, because the French also call béton. So that could account for that. We see production here. Well, this is just rapidly shot up, but I suppose that's because it's all feeding into our new electric furnaces. Now let's have a look at our power. No, that's still production. I have to click on the power pole to look at power. Power is 407, so it's using as much as it can from the machine à vapeur, as well as the panneau solaire. But it's, and now it's cutting into the accumulators. Right, so I think it's time I start copying some of these machines. So we'll just do copier, and we'll copier just that much, which is 10. So if I put 10, we know our oil production's here, water production is here, So if I put 10 like so, it won't be able to touch the water because of where we have placed it. But I can put it here. So there's 10. And there's an additional 10. So I can have 14 in total. 14, we did the calculations ages ago, and those power poles are in the way, as usual. So we'll just copy this one, place it here, like so. And I think we'll even do a third row of these. Yes, a third row, like so. And let's just put the grid in place all around so that it can get what it needs. Now the thing is, that doesn't translate to the power we need just yet. And as we know, this soon will exceed our power supply. So I need to go to the, here it is. I need to go all the way down there. Do I have everything I need to make a automobile, a voiture? Yep, I've got everything I need for a voiture, so I'll just, there you are. Put you there, fuel in there. Oops. Oh, that path is overgrown with trees. Oops, completely ran that one over, but fortunately I have one in the inventory. Right. Me, like so. And these, I think, are all pumping a certain amount, so I'm gonna, I thought I had coloured, I don't, but I don't have câble en cuivre, so let's just do câble rouge. So from there to there, to there, to there, to there. And we're going to set a condition here and say if it is equal to or less than, no, you may only pump if it's equal to or greater than this amount. So I should go to fluides, we should go to pétrole lourd, and we shall say only if it is greater than 20,000, as the maximum these storage containers can hold is 25,000. Now, let's see if I can do the same, but this time with câble vert. So we'll go from there, to there, to there, to there, to there, to there. And we shall say copy, paste. So I right clicked, I left click, but that is not correct. So pétrole léger. And this one can pump whenever, because, wow, there's always demand for that. And as we can see here, gaz de pétrole, if we go to our refinery and look here, le raffinage avancé uses 50 units of l'eau, 100 units of pétrole brut, and we get 25 pétrole lourd, 45 pétrole léger, 55 gaz de pétrole, so it'll always be producing more of the purple fluid. Now I have done that, I'm going to make myself a diesel refinery. So we need a usine de produits chimiques, a chemical factory to you and I. And we shall put one there. We shall put one there. And then we shall wait patiently for the construction robots to come. Yes, we will wait patiently because there's not much else I can do at the moment. I can wait for these to do their thing. I take it the manufacturing hub is why we've got these machines à vapeur. But as we know, somebody has got this mod and has actually translated the boiler to chaudière à pétrole. Chaudière. Very nice. Wow, let me be the usine for the chaudière à pétrole. I need plaque d'acier and béton. Oh no. Béton. Oh. Well, let us request everything. No. That's the old pre-logistics network. So we have a coffre de demande logistique. So we shall place one there. And I don't have any usine in my inventory. I really am going to be doing this accent for the entire damn show. It's just so easy to do. That's why. Place it there. And place it there, and do like that, and then Q there. There we go. So now it's just the waiting game. There's not much I can do at the moment, and hopefully, yeah, electricity. We know it's running low. So as much as I wanted to scoop up this and superimpose it over here, can't do that just yet because we need the power they're producing. And as you can see here, look at that, the demand can't meet up. And well, actually this is a vicious cycle because as electrical power goes down, so does mining. It's unable to mine at the same speed, so in return this will get less fuel to go in. Terrible vicious cycle. But I can ameliorate this by going to the site in person. If I can just navigate through these pipes. And we'll pick up the combustible solids, yes. Wait for that robot to come in there, bringing me whatever it wants to. Zip our way through the pipes, crash into some more trees. And the thing is, I'm not too concerned about the lack of power because I know during the day it will be better, and eventually once those smelters stop. Well, that's a good point actually. Why don't I just stop those smelters from doing their work so they can't use any power? Yeah, that's not a bad idea, but first of all, go to this site. We take as much of those as possible. And we'll start feeding these by hand. There we go. So has 12 megajoules of potential energy versus bois with its 2 megajoules and charbon with its 4 megajoules. So yes, let us go to the electric smelting site and shut it down, shut it all down. Right, let's identify. So it's plugged in there, 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 there. Right. Right, it's still connected. And it's still connected down there. Oh yes, there we go. And now let's have a look at power. Well, the satisfaction's still not up because what is it that's demanding it? It's the robo ports. They've done a lot of work, and but that's okay. As the panels solaires come in, we can see that demand will start to be satisfied. Fortunately, it has a knock-on effect because there's an energy debt there which is owed to the roboports. There's a lot of robots that were flying about as I scrambled them to start building things, and I can't disconnect every single one of those. That's just, wow, it's not feasible. No, it is not. Oh. So we can see there, the demand is now satisfying. The supply is meeting demand. There we go. And it's now ramping up. The accumulators are starting to take up excess energy. Very good. And eventually things will start to calm down again. Now, as you see, I didn't disconnect all of the smelters. I still have the what's the word I'm looking for? I still have the steel smelter connected, but that's okay. I think we can tolerate that energy demand. So we'll just wait for that to fill in. See, the accumulators are filling slowly but surely, as that's all they can do. Yep. Whilst I'm doing this, I'm just like, wow, I've just woken up and I haven't played my mobile game, so I must collect all the daily login rewards. And one I particularly enjoy is called Seaport, and in that one I send all my ships out to various places to collect cargo, or deliver cargo in this case, and that one can now be decommissioned. So I won't do it here because otherwise I'll pick up the inventory. Right, that's sufficiently far away. And decommission. Oops. Stupid rock. How come pollution doesn't affect rocks? Oh, they're made of sterner stuff. Unlike pylons, I can't shoot anything, I don't have ammo. Well, I can do that. Which doesn't work because you have to wait for the robots in the robot network to do it. Right. So let's go here. I want you to make the not a chaudière, but a chaudière à pétrole. So request all those things. And yep, good thing there's some in the logistic network. Now, really this is not that optimal because you wouldn't have something so far away from your main base. Because look, they got to travel all the way from here, they got to fly all the way over there. But I was doing it because I can. Yeah, well that's one of the reasons. But I was also doing it there because that's where it happened to be at the time. So really I could cut and paste all of that and put it into the base itself. But as we know where the oil boilers are going to be, I don't think that's much of an issue. And let's have a look at this. Okay, we're back, and as you can see here, our little factory making the chaudière à pétrole. They are working away, and well, hopefully, yeah, they little by little they're starting to fill out this part here. So let's copy one of these pompes côtières. You need l'eau, and you need l'eau, as well as you need l'eau. And we'll copy one of those tuyaux souterrains, and same to you, and same to you, along with the tuyau. I always wondered how tuyau was spelled. It's one of those words which you learn, but yeah, now I know. Ah, what an education. Copy that bit, copy that bit. There we go, so that will be part of the power network. Just needs hooking up with its stuff. So this bit needs hooking up as well, doesn't it? So let's go, no, not quite. It's got power, but it's got no fluids going into it. So let us ameliorate this situation. Yeah. Put one there, put one there, one there, one there. And is that it? Well, we're not quite done, are we? We shall have one there. I think that's a good place for it to start. Réservoir. And turns out it is not diesel in French. It has a different word. It is gazole. And I heard that before. But at the same time, if I've said diesel to French, they understand it. I suppose it's one of those things like Celsius versus centigrade. It's the same scale. It's just one refers to the name of the inventor. Anyway, no, we should take one of those. That goes there, like so. And then the second one, which will be here, we'll take this. Goes like so, and there. We are now producing gas oil. But, I hear you say, we won't be able to use any of that if we don't have a production facility. So, copy this. And clear all of that. The logistics robots will still honour that request, so never mind. Let's have a look at our power consumption. It's pretty good. I'm not yet at the stage where I can start plugging them up. In fact, let me just check something. Yep, I don't have any of those. I don't have any facility producing the petite poteau électrique. So if I make 33 of those, which is as much as I can make, unless I help myself to a plaque de cuivre. And look at that, I can make another 15. And I'll take the plaque de cuivre, put it in there. And now I should say you can take my... Oh, it's automatically taken and it, yeah, that's it. So logistic robots will take them away, put into network, and the construction robots, I believe, picked up some from me, and they're going to the site. So let's... Well, instead of following them, yes, we are following them, because I'm still waiting at this site, so I can, once they build it, to say to them, no, I want you to do this. Because otherwise it's going to try and make me some more chaudière à pétrole. And I'm not going to deconstruct the trees around it. I'm just going to wait for the pollution to kill them, and then the robots will automatically pick them up. Courtesy of that mod, pick up dead trees. Which doesn't pick up dead trees like that. I don't know why. So it's going there to recharge, then it's going there to place. Excellent. Ah, no, I can change the thing, and I want you to produce générateur à gasoil. Ah, how nice. So now what is it requesting? It wants an élément de moteur, and we're not producing any of that in our network. Most unfortunate. So, I know part of science production produces the élément de moteur. We can see these are producing it, but they're feeding directly into there. But there are other places as well which produce élément de moteur. These feeding in directly, so that's no use. Some place that you produce it. Ah, excellent. Right, so if I do that and I do that, then construction robots come along, place these things down, and that will make élément de moteur available to the logistic network, and then everyone will be happy. If only there was a way I could remote control and say you only hold one stack of them, because I don't want 2400 éléments de moteur. There's one, yeah, and come on, bring the other. That's coming in quite slowly, but that's not been upgraded, so will an upgrade improve the throughput here? Let us find out. Yeah, all of that could do with an upgrade, so let's just scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Take all of those and let's push it into there. What else does it want? It wants tubes and béton. Well, that too wanted tubes and it wanted electric circuits. So let's just give it what we have. And it wants plaque d'acier, but we don't have any in our storage network. Right, we need to go to the main base. Oops. I think in desert it can't go as fast because sand is not as grippy as the other thing. Oh, well, that's completely exhausted, so we can, while I say it's completely, there's still that one there with its 454 units of cuivre. Alright, let's come in and I remember that was part of the original network, and it was, oh, what a fuss it was as well. In fact, this can be not even a 4x4 balancer. All of this can go now. We'll do like so, and say the priorité à entrer c'est à droite. So the input priority is well, I say the right hand side, but because it's facing down, that is the left hand side. So come on, right. Can I build petit entrepôt? I can't build it. I lack the necessary materials to do so. I think that can go. And in addition to that as well. So we would need some plaque de fer, and now let's have a look at petit entrepôt. We need a petit entrepôt, and to make one of those, we need plaque d'acier et briques en pierre. Right, so let's get our briques en pierre. So now I can build one of these. Petit entrepôt de provisionnement logistique passif. And what does that tell us? It is a little depot which passively provides It's a passive provider chest. That's the simplest way I can describe it. And we're going to upgrade these to Grand Entrepôt. Grand Entrepôt Approvisionnement Logistique Passif. Yes. But anyway, we have a petit entrepôt, like so. And we shall have the mini chargeur rapide there. And 2. Yeah. So I can have 1 going in, 2 going in, 4 going in. There's 1, there's 2. And we just have to wait for these entrepôts to be built so that I can upgrade the other entrepôts, such as the way things are. If I go here, yeah, that's very good. The buffers, but this is not so good. It's a good thing we got a buffer, because look how quickly it's being exhausted. Right, let's hope the construction robots very quickly go over there and ameliorate this situation for us. So I'll shove 1 there, 1 there, copy that to there. Now let's duplicate, Q to duplicate. And there we go. So that will balance all 4 of those inputs into 2 outputs. And it's filling up nicely. Very good. So now we're going to upgrade this one. So it will provide its contents to the network. And we can take the entrepôt, what we got, make some more barre de fer, and pop you like there. There we go. Very good. Mon voiture est là. My car is here. And all of this can be redesigned now, because we don't need that anymore. No, we do not. So off you go, like so. And we are going to carefully lift this up. We shall leave the rest as it is, because it's not bothering us to have the subterranean bits. And there we go, there's our cuivre coming back. And a little tiny bit which is coming from our original mining facility, that too will go there, as we have requested. And already we can see the first new bars coming in to fulfill our network. Right, so now we've done all that, let us go back to our power generation site. Zoom. Whoops. I really shouldn't be driving through the oil refinery. I know it's not limited. So 54 minutes in, that's okay. That'll be, what, 30 gigabytes? YouTube has a limit of 128 gigabytes for 12 hours, whichever's shorter, whichever's less. So now we have got ourselves, I did say, hang on, I have an idea. So if I do that, so I right click there, And then I go, oh, that's complaining about béton. It was blue science, wasn't it? So if I just do that, I can't reach it, bugger, it's already extracted 1,200. Not to worry, they won't be squandered. But in the meantime, let's get some of those. Right. Now I've got some of those. We should go to the reservoir, like so. And then one there. And there's our diesel generator. And it's consuming, it can consume a maximum of 2 units a second. And 2 units a second. And what are they producing? They're producing 30 gas oil every 5 seconds. So if I divide, let's bring the calculator up as we got it. 30 divided by 5 equals 6, right? It's 6, so they're producing 6 units a second. So 6, 12, 18, 24, producing 24 units a second, which will supply a maximum of 12 of these. Right. So there's 12. And there's 24. So these could only be powered halfway. And that could only be powered a third of the time. This could only be powered 1/4 of the time. If it was going at full tilt, that is, and there was absolutely no reserves, because even what's the word? It's got a word. The tubes themselves actually store fluid in them. So I'll copy one of those. Otherwise these will get nothing. And we'll copy, I need a straight section. There's a straight section. De tuyau. But the thing is, it won't go at full production, and it will be nice to have occasional bursts of power as and when the network demands it. And the thing is, there's nothing stopping me from increasing the amount of production in the future, but I think for a start, this is a good start. So they are, I think, producing enough now. My voiture is over here. So let's go to, not producing much pollution, but then again I suppose it's not doing that much. Want that gone, and I want that gone. Just gently thread my way through. Now, copy that. No, that won't work. And get myself a bomb. There is the bomb. Get one of those. And now I have to get it all the way up there. Well, I've got this as a guide, so I'm going as far as there, so up to the solar panels and then east. Can I do this in the car? I can. Let's just escape from the car and make ourselves a chemin dans la forêt, like so. And then it will go roughly to about there. So let's make another chemin, like so. Ah, well, there'll be plenty of bois to satisfy the la raffinerie. Speaking of which, this part I will reimpose the city block layout on, but not just yet. Could I improve this by a further upgrade? Let's find out, shall we? So if I upgrade these parts, I mean, this will be an expensive upgrade, but I think we can afford it now. We've established that there's plenty of this in a network. Let's see what happens there, shall we? No, you don't exist anymore. Supprimer. You don't exist anymore. Supprime you. And to be honest, those map references, never found them too useful. But here they come. Here's a fleet of them coming up. Yes, that's. Oh, look at that. That's very good. So they're coming down here. So this, I must admit, this is still quite good. There's still more than half of the plaque de fer available, because you need a lot of fer to make the rest of the ingredients. And yeah, they're all right for that. In fact, I think if I just put one there, and I don't have any in my, so let's just build one, and we'll say you go like so. So there's a local reservoir of lubrifiant, there we go. Go up here. Where is it? Where's the big demand for all this stuff going? So it's still, yeah. There's a bit more here. So it comes into here and it gets balanced. So what's the demand? There's not much demand there. There's this big demand there. Okay. And then balanced, not much going there. So here it is. This is where the real. So that's why there's so much iron being demanded. If we go here and have a look at this. So we'll have to wait for all that to be done. But in the meantime, this is done. So let's get back in the car. And there's the repair. Excellent timing. I think it's somewhere up. No, it's just past the solar panels. Oops. It would have been easier if I got out and ran, but at the same time this does mean I'll have access to the vehicle when this is over with. So let us go to the base. And let's have a look at it here. So that's taking in fuel, and you see it's agnostic as to which fuel you put into it. Just as long as you give it fuel of some sort, it will be happy. Liquid fuel, mind you. And let's clear out a bit more because I need to see what I'm doing. Put there. Like so. There we go. I still can't see what's going on here, so in fact, chuck that in. There we go. I'm sure that breaches some environmental concerns, but it sure is convenient when you need to defoliate in a hurry. So the car is there. Agent Blue. Have I gone past it? Nearly, but not quite. And put on. In fact, let's do that. It's fitting in nicely. But even so, just because we can, makes little difference to the functioning. We'll do like so, and then have it go there. Whoops. And already it is, yeah, it's working. Need one of those. And in fact, yeah, it's demanding it, but it doesn't have it in the network. And it's also demanding a mini loader on the network as well. Alright. Just chuck that away. What do I need to make a bump a good? I need circuit électronique to you and the other things. Alright, let's request some electronics. I'm sure there'll be some. I'm not in the logistic network. what I'm going to do here is there's going to be a reservoir. I said there's going to be a reservoir, but I don't have a reservoir with me. So we are going to place a reservoir like so, here, here, and here. And what that will mean, during peak times, the water supply will be insufficient, so it will be able to tap on the reservoir. But now that's done, I think the power production is more than sufficient. So this bit here can be eliminated, including that bit there. No longer necessary. I'll just eliminate that. I'm producing more than enough. What I'm concerned about is this water network is still outputting, yep, so that should be okay. I'm just making sure nothing's going to depend on that reservoir. So I can eliminate that. Like so. And that's coming in and it's not fully compressed, and that bit is finally gone now. So there we go. Lasted a while, and it was good while you lasted, but all things must come to an end eventually. It's all ephemeral. Let's see how far that's compressed to. So it's getting to about there. So once that compresses, the other bits do it. Now I suppose what could happen here is speed modules could be placed in, or something else. My phone's reminding me it is now 9 AM, it's time to wake up. So we're 1 hour 13 minutes in, but that's okay. Yeah. Not getting as much production there. Why is that? We're running out. My God, we're running out. But here comes the next one. Demand is exceeding supply. It's one of the bottlenecks in this, when you're trying to improve things and you just can't. And what's that? Why is that sticking? It's sticking because there's no electronic circuits in the network, which is something I want to fix. Yeah, and that I want to extract. Okay, I know what comes next. Crashing into a pipe. I think the saying in the steering, it just makes me want to go for pipes, trees, pylons, rocks. Yeah. It's too bad I couldn't give the car a shield, just so that little knocks and stuff like that wouldn't result in a construction robot coming along with a repair pack. Don't drive through the oil refinery, drive above it. So I'm going to do something now so that electronics will be available in the network. In fact, I'm going to do another thing as well. Have I got a requester chest? Coiffe de demandes logistiques. I do. And I've got one of those. You shall demand mineral de fer. And 2400 is the maximum you can demand. So just demand that. Yeah, and we had a little bit in our network. So let's keep scrolling down. To around about here. And I need 8 of those. So now I also need entrepôt d'approvisionnement logistique passif, or to you and I, passive store warehouse. So we'll get rid of this belt balancer. And oh, look at that! Those electronic circuits go. So how long before all of this gets saturated? Shall we wait? Send a bit of iron down the line. So those guys are still busy. Yeah. But they'll fill up soon. Ah, that fills up the same space as a 4x4 balancer. Excelente. Not quite sure on that. No, it doesn't. It takes slightly more. Oh, and it takes a while to pick it up too. Now if I put that in there and put you there, I heard repairing taking place. What's getting repaired? Put some poteau électrique there. And where's the nearest place it can? Nearest place is just up the line. Like so. But it's not part of the logistic network. So let us fix this situation by placing one there. Now let's have a look here. That is only offloading as fast as the rapid mini loaders. So if I put mini chargeur express now, let's try and output as quickly as one can. One more, like so. So there we have fully compressed belts of iron, and it's all coming down because the electronic circuits are no longer being produced. The buffer runneth over. And that should make that situation change again. I can see they're trying to pick things up, but let's just do that for a bit. So there is a store, like so, and now I'll do that. And the thing is, it means roughly that we can see it's ever so slightly going down. So production is not quite there. I think it is there really. No, it's not. We can see it's just slightly going down. But that means that these logistic robots will be able to pick it up, fly all the way over here, and satisfy my factory. There we go. Satisfying the factory. Factory must grow, etc., etc. There's one which will be picked up and eventually placed over here. So we're looking at our power consumption. We see we're producing power from the machine à vapeur, 525 of those now. We have 9 générateurs au gasoil, and they produce 4 megawatts each, compared to those which produce 900 kilowatts each. And the panels solaires produce 60 kilowatts each, which isn't much, but that's why you place them by robot, and you get the robots to place as many as you can, as quickly as you can. So let's do the same here. 3, 4. Let's go all the way up. And we can see that copper production is really being sucked away by electronics. Quite all right. There we go. So this should now start outputting faster than it's going in. Likewise the same here. This is inputting as fast as it can. So these are not holding it back, which is good. And that, yeah, it's just filling in slowly, which basically means that the smelters are going as fast as they can. So if I go to production, we see production now is Gable en cuivre is really, the consumption of that's really increased, followed by the plaque de fer, and it's all increased because of the warehouse holding electronics. But anyway, that's all good. So now we can tell that it will still keep producing, just at a diminished rate. So we want, well, 2 things. Let me go to where blue science is. Here's blue science. And it's filled up with a stack there. So if I do that, it will only provide that much, which is all right. It seems those factories are more than happy to keep up. Shall we do some research? I think, yeah, let's do some research. After all, we got all of it. Bonus de capacité de bras robustique. So, bonus capacity for these. So if I go on that, capacity de bras, haute capacity, +2. So it's a +2 capacity bonus to those. Force de freinage, yep, so we'll have our trains brake quicker. Les trains peuvent ralentir plus vite, ce qui leur permet de rouler plus longtemps à vitesse élevée. So the trains can accelerate. No, they can brake later. They can brake faster, and that permits them to roll at an elevated velocity for longer. Surveillance. Vehicles and trains are always in line of sight on the map. Yep. Radar amplification. We'll do that. And imagine once we've done radar amplification, that's going to increase power consumption But that's okay. We've put steps in place to improve production. Let's just zoom up here. Whoops. Go past that. We're going to avoid the oil refinery. Look at that, only doing 95 kilometers an hour. That ain't much, is it? Wait a second, I want to have a look at something. Oh, that's just a bit of stone brick, okay. $100 kilometers an hour. 107. Go here. I suppose I could request some efficiency modules and put them in there. That'll make them slower, but I'll make them consume less electricity. I think that is a sensible idea. So let's just request 50 of those, that's one stack. And 16 is sur la route, 16 are on the way. You can see here the gas oil is fitting in nicely, but that's just for now. When more of these start filling in, that will change. Just have a look here. That's still making demands for it, but so that wants 4 productivity modules. And here, we can see that, well, it's already had as much as I can, so. Oh, you 14 are sur la route. Okay. Don't know where the others are going, but maybe a cause for concern. I think that's enough of those, so we can deconstruct that factory now. You can just go into the main network. Alright. I mean, I don't need all this material, but sure, why not? Just take it, yeah. Now, what are you lacking? You're lacking element de moteur. Alright. Ah, wow. It wasn't demanding. It didn't make the correct demand sur le système logistique. Why do I have a module de vitesse on my thing? Ah, who knows. Anyway, offload those. Don't need that anymore. Don't need those. I'll keep these on hand so I can make some pompe Godelier. I'll need a few of those when I eventually go nuclear power. Is now the time to do nuclear? I mean, we have the various materials necessary for it. So what do I need for sulfuric acid? Acide sulfurique, une plaque de fer, soufre, and l'eau. So if I go to our usine, yeah, there's plenty there. So that should be enough. So where we got some there. Let's take off that. Take off that. Take off that. So we got some there. Okay. And we'll put the outpost. No, we have to wait for that bit to deconstruct. But we got sulfuric acid there, so we'll just pipe it into there, and we will do uranium processing over here. Yes, we'll do uranium processing of that, and we'll have logistic robots flying the fuel cores over here. Yes, I think that'll be what we'll do going forward. So we're going to deconstruct all of that first. Right, so those bits are deconstructed. Going to the west, one output. Let's make it 4 outputs. And like so. There we go. And that has 3 million uranium ore. Well, now if I do what's uranium refining? 10 mineral will produce 0.7%, 99.3%. So 0.7% of this 3 million. So if I just take a number like 100, right, and I times that by 0.5, that's 5%. No, that's not how to do percentages. Oh, there's a percentage calculator. So if I do 100, yeah, there's 100, and I want a percentage. No. So if I do 100, so I want 5% of 100, let's say. Will that equal? I don't know how that percentage. I don't know how to. I used to do percentages all the time when doing VAT calculation. Alright, let's do a VAT calculation. 100 times 0.175 is 17.5. There we go. So, sorry, £17.50. Right. So, it's 3 million uranium. 3,000, 30,000, 300,000, 3 million, and it's times 0.07. So there will be 210,000 chunks of uranium-235 in this. Okay. And to make some fuel, we need 1 of 235 and 19 of 238. Yeah, this is going to produce pretty much all the uranium fuel we need in the game. So all these other deposits, maybe there's a mod, it's just like you can make this super cool weapon or something. Or actually, what would be good is if there was like, in Total Annihilation there was this metal maker, it was called. Alchemy, that's it. Using vast quantities of energy, you can produce any material you want. Let's just have Star Trek replicators. So instead of just saying, oh yeah, I want you to produce ores, I want you to produce blue circuits, and it's like, I'll produce 1 blue circuit, but that's going to cost you 50 megawatt hours. And it's like, okay, that's vast. But if you had lots of nuclear power, no problem. What do I want to do now? Well, that's producing away happily. Okay, that's deconstructed, so now we'll go... oh no, east is a good exit. East, that, like so, there. And let's do that. Let's just superimpose those bits in. I really like that. This would remind me of some like very early graphics packages, and you would tell it to draw things with vectors, and you could watch it as it would take like a minute or two to draw what you'd asked it. And in this case, it's drawing me a... We said we're not going to go through the oil refinery. In this case, it's drawing me a mining facility, which is a very useful drawing. You know what? I think now this, we are going to... oh, look, I got my module de facilité. More will be produced in the future, but in the meantime, I'm going to just do that. And this, by the way, is completely unnecessary. I just, as the base becomes expanded, I like certain things to have conform to certain orders. So we finished the radar efficiency. Oh look, we can have all the colours. Grand entrepôt tampon. Petit entrepôt tampon. That's a buffer. A tampon is a buffer. There, you heard it here first. So these ones, coffre tampon. Demande les objets spécifiés pour les rendre disponibles pour les demandes logistiques personnelles ou pour les constructions for automatic construction. Right, so we're going to go here. That's right, we had our line there. Now, where shall I do this? We can just put one there, like so. Look at that. That's getting a bit busy, isn't it? Marvellous, wonderful, excellent, superb, brilliant. All those words. So come all the way here, and then we just go like so, and that's all going to fill into its network. Now let's superimpose the grid structure on top, see what happens. Q there, so it can go like so, and I think that's it. That's all the sulfuric acid. Can I mine this by hand? Ceci ne peut pas être miné à la main parce qu'il faut l'acide sulfurique. You can't mine it by hand because you need sulfuric acid. But it's just a lump of glowing rock. Surely I can pick it up. No, so you must do it the way we tell you to do it. So now, do I have my centrifuges? Let's have a look. Do I have centrifuges? No, I don't. All right, to the paste bin. Paste bin and Nilhouse TV. Please have one for nuclear. Nuclear power by Nilhouse. There we go. So let's copy that. Copy. Now, import the string. Importer une chaîne de caractères. And this shall go into row number 5, like so. And we shall put you in. I did import this last time, but it didn't save. Yeah, no. Okay. there's the first bits of our uranium ore. Lovely. Glowing. So let's see if I can find... It's not where I wanted it to be. Let's see. Let's pause the game in the meantime. Right, so now I have, if I import the string, oh yeah, there it is. Just took a while. So this is by Yo-Yo-Ma, and this is the one I want. This is brilliant. It has absolutely everything you could want. Late game nuclear, small game. Yeah. I say it has everything you want. I'm hoping it has the... I don't want any of that. I just want... Oh, a power indicator. Well, that's kind of cool. So I'll put one over there. Hopefully I'll put it in the right place. Early game Steam. Solar farms. What's this? This looks like the yeah, this does in fact look like our centrifuge system. So I want it all over here, where we haven't yet built our logistic network. So let's just extend that. So we got ourselves more of that. So let's have a look. Yep, here's our centrifuges taking raw uranium ore, and they'll do the Covarex enrichment process, and eventually they'll make nuclear rods. So we'll do that. Now, these power poles are in the way, and I want to recycle as many of those beacons as possible. So things will be slow to begin with, but what can one do? Answers on a postcard. Or the YouTube comments. I mean, that's an easier way of doing it. So we'll wait for that to fill in. And as we wait for that to fill in, let's go here. You know what? I don't think we'll even have enough for 4, so let's just do that. Like so, yeah. And we'll do a belt balancer, 4 into 1. Well, make it 4 by 2 at least. Yeah, I think that'll be fairer. We'll just upgrade all of that and upgrade this output to blue. Copy. And that's why we don't stand on train tracks. Well, unless you want to die. Now the thing is, we could always have more uranium come into the site, but as it is at the moment, this is something which I'm going to build and forget, as it's going to take a long time to get anywhere. So the input comes in, what are they saying, there's 2 inputs. Alright. There's two inputs, so one input is there, and then the other input is there. Unusual, but we'll work with the author's methodology. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. So uranium ore will come in there, and then eventually, see what will happen is the uranium ore gets refined, and then every 1,000 pieces of ore that are refined, you'll get 7 chunks of uranium-235, and that would be enough to make some fuel eventually, but there's this thing called a Kovarex enrichment process where you take these ingredients, and so the recipe requires 40 lumps of uranium-235, 5 of 238, and then you get out an output of 2 lumps of uranium-238 and 41 of 235. So you get more uranium-235 out than what you put in, and you sacrifice some 238, which you'll have in such vast quantities you won't know what to do with anyway. So yeah, let's fix this belt like so. Now we're doing for time 1 hour and 47. Yeah, that would be fine. It's just in the meantime I have to wait for all of this to fill in, and we'll just do an upgrade there like so. I think I'm going to do some of these bits by hand, because otherwise we'll be waiting all day. So here it is, it's coming in. Like so. Now what's this last one? This last one reprocesses spent that, and what do we get? So it takes in 5 spent fuel rods, and you get 3 uranium-238 out of it. That's fine. So yeah. And as you can see, this filter here, any uranium-238 goes onto the second thing, which comes out there and goes there. And if there's any uranium-235, it goes into this part. Now this is slightly different to the previous one I saw, which was, it had some counters, and if things reached a certain critical part, they would get recycled and go back in the network. So we'll come back to this and look at how it deals with uranium-235 cycling. So you don't immediately want to start making fuel rods, you want to feed this system here. Let's figure it out. So this will keep taking uranium-235, and it has first dips on it. And then it will output its products here, which will then go back into it. So this feedback loop, yeah, this is actually a lot cleverer than previous system. I say it's cleverer. It uses the filter logic, which you can have on splitters, which I think has been a new feature since version 18. And it just means a lot of designs before you had to be very careful and had to do some very clever stuff. You can be a lot more refined, I'd say. I had a whinge previously when I was building the electric smelter, saying that these are being too clever for their own good. So this reduces energy consumption. Yeah, it was being too clever for its own good, because it is clever to do complicated things. However, if you add unnecessary complexity to something, you've just made your system a lot harder to use for no real perceptible benefit. Yeah. Whereas real cleverness is you take a system and you find a way of simplifying the process. So the developers in making... Oh look, that's not going to work, is it? Let's go all the way around then. The developers in making filtration part of their splitters is brilliant. It means designs can be a lot more straightforward. So I really like that. A lot of people also really like that, as evidenced by new designs profiting from the filter splitters. Well, even my designs use filter splitters. And just do that because I can. Oh yeah, they're doing that, aren't they? Because I'm copying designs which have these modules in them. Yep. Copy that. And then, oh, I just can't, no matter where I go, I can't avoid it. Place some there, place some there. Yeah. Let's try and figure this out. Where's that going to draw from? So, copy those. And you want power. So there's power. So each of these efficiency modules will reduce the power consumption, but it also makes them slower. So if I look here, réduire la consommation d'énergie de la machine, la consommation minimale d'énergie est 20%. So it reduces it down to a fifth of its original energy consumption. And it doesn't seem like it's making it any slower. Okay. Well, that's cool. So that we just wait for this to fly in and fill out the various sections. Got one there, one there. Oh, let's make sure these outputs will also be connected. think that means can't reach. Well, we can infer it means it can't reach. But it had a specific word. What was it? Non-antiquinable. I think it means non-attainable. You can't attain it. It's not within the reach. And what are you demanding? You're demanding yellow. And you too would like some yellow as well, so... It has an official name. The official name is Pétrole Légère. But if I look at these ones... what would be nice is if I could look at one of those in comparison, just... Not sure, but I would say they're making different noises. But anyway, if we look at the power consumption of that, it's consuming 7 kilowatts. Is it consuming 7 kilowatts? Consumption maximal is 42 kilowatts, plus the 80% limit, 7 kilowatts, right? I mean, that one there is consuming 217 kilowatts. So this is consuming 42. Right, it's consuming 42 kilowatts. Okay. Let's have a look at our power demands. Machine à vapeur is doing its job, and the générateur à gazole is also doing the little bits it can. It's mostly being limited by the élément moteur. Because only 20 come at a time. But let's demand 200 at a time. And we'll demand 250 of those, because we know we've got plenty of those in stock. 300 of that. Might as well do 400 of that. Yeah, there we go. So now we should have a lot more flying in. So let's just get all of those things back in. If we look here, we can see, oh yes, nothing's in stock. And what about that? Well, we got a little bit in stock, but not much. That's good. So we'll actually have a bit of iron in stock as the copper is unable to meet demand. And that's because we don't have any copper flying into our network, do we? Or flying in, being brought in by train. So that is something we can ameliorate. Yes. What if I bought a train network station there? Could I do that? Don't know. Not just yet. Let's have a look at this. So that's coming in. Already we've got a stock of 171 of those. So really what we're doing at the moment is just all those things it needs to... we need more power in order to have more production. Here comes everything we need. And diesel generators, or a générateur à gazole, are really great. I mean, they're 4 megawatts each. So with the 100 or so I made, that's 400 megawatts. Yeah. And as you can see here, I mean, that would do more than provide the power that we need. Provided we can keep it fueled at all time. But I think with this new refinery, that shouldn't be an issue. You can look there. Yeah, I can see it's doing its job. So currently we have 5 connected. There's plenty more which could be connected, but all the others have to be joined up. So that's just offloading there nicely. That's doing its job, as are these. In fact, more of those could be built. But anyway, in the meantime, I think we're done here. So let's get back into the voiture. Good thing fluids aren't explosive or flammable, otherwise that would be horrible. I mean, a crash like that and then you've got an explosion and it goes through into your oil refinery and it's like, oh okay, my oil refinery's been blown up and I've just lost all of my fuel. Yes. In fact, let's just check the this while it still wants some stuff. So yeah, that's actually using up all of its stock of wood. And more is coming all the time because of course the trees are constantly dying. So I think rather than just actively harvesting trees, I mean we could actively harvest trees here, can't we? These ones are dead already. Arbres roches, les arbres aux roches uniquement. So we'll start from, say, here and go to there. I'll pick up a bit of the charbon as well. Very nice. Normally you wouldn't be picking up trees, you'd be leaving them as a buffer for pollution, which acts as a defense mechanism. But in our case, not necessary, as we are in peaceful mode. So now, so here's our current power consumption, 300 megawatts, and it's mostly being used by the diffuseur de modules, or beacon, in God's own language of English. And I do that, and the power is it's not gone up horrifically, it's just gone up 90 megawatts. The thing is, I think our base is alright for iron and copper production. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to have an on-site production facility for all of the circuits that are needed. If I could just line things up properly. And at one point I must get round to building beton or concrete. Oh, that's the wrong way round. How annoying. Oh, that does it the right way round. Okay. Oh, and that one's too long. Time for a ghost lay. Ghostly overlay. So put one there, one there. There we go. Let's get those fed in. So now those have come in. Wow, the consumption shot up, but that's the roboports, that's why. Yeah, roboport. And, oh, look at that. The radar, they've just shot up in power consumption, thanks to radar efficiency. So they went from green to white, but it's still the roboports. They're still demanding a lot. But I imagine in time that will die down as they all go back to where they belong. So yes, we want to make our on-site electronics facilities so that iron and copper here will be used exclusively for those items, which means we're going to do our own bus, a minibus. And I don't know why I find that amusing, but it does amuse me. I am smiling. I don't know why. Why can't I draw lines? You know, we all have strengths and weaknesses, and one of my weaknesses is drawing, and I can't even draw a straight line with a ruler, which is weird because I have done technical drawing in the past. I had to, as the company I was working for, we needed to make an adapter plate for a turntable, and I suppose I could talk about this as this was in another age, and it won't be doxy. So yeah, in another age I used to work in one of those sort of hi-fi companies, and customers asking for adaptable plates so you could have different pickup arms on his turntable. And so we had the dimensions of the hole on this plinth where the aluminium plates could be made, and my boss at the time, who does have a qualification in technical drawing, and his father was a draftsman who'd done some immense projects, he was really struggling to draw it. He was drawing it by hand, and I just said, well look, the problem you got there, as soon as you made a mistake you've got to start over again. And the main problem he had was just motivation. It's something I think you could have done in an evening with a couple of pints of beer and just stuck to the drawing board. But anyway, I volunteered myself to do the technical drawing, and I did it on computer, and it wasn't too bad. It was just a case of I actually did draw things to scale, as the CAD software would allow me to input millimeter values. But in addition to that, I had arrows absolutely everywhere saying that this is 115 millimeters, this is 68, this thickness is 7 millimeters, the thickness of this plate is 5, the thickness of the plate is 13, because rather than having standoffs so that the arms would all be the same vertical height, I said, well look, we can just adjust the thickness of the plates. And then I had in the various details for the countersunk holes, what angles they were, and that was provided to me by other colleagues at work. And then I even said, well, we didn't get it at the time with the prototypes, but the customer was happy with it, with the very industrial looking brushed aluminium. And I said, well, it would have been very nice if we could have had a bevel mounted on it. And I even spoke with the metal workers and said, well look, can you put a bevel on it? And it's like, oh yeah, we'll do that. And there's no, you have to specify the exact angle the bevel must be at. And it's like, well, just put a bevel, you know, use some of your imagination and just go, oh yeah, bevel. Yeah, we know. We'll just take a little bit off there and make it a consistent bevel all the way around. But no, asking metal workers for a bevel, it's like, no, you must provide us the exact degree amount, and it must be set inside a certain amount. It's like, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, give it a rounded bevel. Oh God, trying to describe a rounded bevel, it's just like, Yeah, how do I put that in my CNC machine? Point about this is just I did technical drawing, even though I can't draw a straight line with a ruler. I can use a CAD program, and unfortunately the computers can do it for me. But I mention all of this because look how I was struggling just to draw straight lines with my mouse. We want a 4x4. Yeah, so we'll have 4x4 and a 4x4. And we'll immediately have you upgrade to red and upgrade to blue. Like so. And let's have a look at our power consumption. Well, that's okay. We can see that générateur à gazole, we got 95 in the network now. No, not there. Here. Oh yeah, look. It's all 95, and that one, yeah, they're all getting all the gas oil they could want. So if I wanted to, I'm not going to do it just... Ah, look, I can copy these bits, can't I? So if I copy that, like so, and I flip it around, that's not quite right. I don't understand. Control Z, I've done it wrong, that's why. Copy there, and get rid of these power poles. And I think I need to get rid of that as well. And if I copy all of this, like so, I think that should be good. So let's just do Q on Roboport. Put one there, put one there, and one there, like so. And then we'll have plenty of Roboports as well. So that should only have a stock of 40 at one time. And it's being picked up and it's being deployed over there. There we go. So we'll have a look. We can see 190 megawatts is being honoured by the machine à vapeur, and so the panel solaire is also providing it. So you know what, the panel solaire, it's good consistent energy. There's never a cloudy day on these things, despite all the smog and pollution I'm releasing to the atmosphere. Let's make some more panel solaire. And we should just see a rush of robots. There we go, zooming out. Oh, let's look at that. I think that's quite a fun sight to watch. So they'll just zoom out and do the job. And there should be somewhere quite similar. There we go, they're picking up accumulators from our little factory there, which is more than sufficient for the production. Ah, oh, look at that. Now that's a thing of beauty. Seeing a fleet of robots just coming in and building. And that's all the panel solaire put in. So now we just need the accumulators and then the poste moyenne, poteau électrique, which will come in. We got a few from the sides. These are all having to recharge, so we just look there. We should see that start to increase in time as all of this gets filled out. But of course none of this will work without those poteaux électriques, and there's 21 still being demanded, so those are being produced to fill current demand. And they should be flying up. Yep, they're flying up from the south because this is where... Oh, what's going on there? Ah, yeah, that's nothing to worry about. It's just the rail network squishes misaligns all of that. So yeah, we're coming into two and a quarter hours. We'll finish in 3 hours time. But look at that, that's another city block filled with it. See, yeah, there's the accumulators accumulating. And we can see as they fill in the gaps, like so. And wonderful. Oh, that makes me happy. Does it make you happy? Leave a comment in the YouTube comments, or you can like and subscribe. That's your way of showing that I too enjoyed this bit where they all flew in and they connect to the electrical network. Or you can like and subscribe for different reasons, it doesn't matter. Although, if it is for a different reason, and say, Hobbit, you haven't anticipated this bit here, then just let me know in the comments while you're liking and subscribing. But anyway. We don't have any sirens. I must be something in the... so, what's it? Haute valeur programmable, blah blah blah. So we'll offload those, yep. And I'm no longer requesting the efficiency modules. So now, let's offload that. And I think, I know what would be demanding it. So if I go here, yeah, these want to demand it, so 100. See, it says 100. Whenever the power goes below that, we'll see something. So, well, that's all good. That's, yep. Now, there is arguments for saying that, well, these smelters are not really a good idea at the moment because you don't have modules. So the production will not be will not be better than steel smelters. But the thing is, there is no charbon on site. Now, it's not necessarily important to have a field of coal to do it. You could have a chemical plant producing solid fuel, and that would work. However, I like to think it's future-proofing because those modules will be coming. But I just want to go here, and I want to use something called an SR latch. And an SR latch is a way of using hysteresis to say that you may only be part of the power network when certain demands are met. So currently, if we look here, we see, oh yeah, there's a spike of production, but that's okay. These machines à vapeur, they're all meeting demand. See, they're all chunking away quite happily, as is that. Yeah. We've got 5.8 million coal, so I think that will do us quite well. Oh yeah, we said we were going to do that. So, nope, no, 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 no. Yes. Yes, we are going to do that. Now, an SR latch. I'm sure we have it in our blueprints. Let's go to row 5 and have a look at the SR latch. So this is the example I took from the Factorio wiki, and the idea is that you've got one of your things there. So if I just do, I think that will be perfectly good. But no, it is not. Because that is connected to that, and I don't want it to be connected to that. So we'll just disconnect this. And I'm going to place another one in by the side. And I'm going to use this template as an example. So we can see here from this that this power pole goes to this power switch. The power switch isolates all of this, your power producing facility, from the rest of your electrical network. So we shall have one of these and put it in like so, and no more than that. Yeah, we'll do some of this research. In fact, we'll have artillerie. Canon longue portée monter sur une tourelle ou sur une wagon. I don't know what portée means, but it means long range gun mounted on a turret or on a wagon. Utilisé pour tirer automatiquement sur des structures ennemies distants. Utilized for firing automatically on the enemy structures from a distance. Ou peut activer manuellement pour cibler les structures encore plus élongées. Or you can activate it manually using one of those, a command de distance artillerie, an artillery remote, to sight structures which are even further away. So there's an automatic range, and then there's a manual range which is greater. And I did have a mod called Smart Artillery Remote, but then I found another mod which was less popular, called Make the Automatic Range as Long as Manual Range. And I thought, oh, you know what, the simplicity of that, I like that, so yes, let's use it. Now, I don't think I have any of those in my... We don't have power switches in our inventory, so 2 of those. Harumph to go there. There's that. Well, that too would also be bypassed, so that's not right either. Anyway, I know what I'm doing now, so we don't need any of that. Let's take that out. Now, so that's fully charged. And there's the comparators coming. There we go. So now I need some câble en cuivre. Oh, that made 4. I didn't want 4. So there's one to there, and there's one to there. So if I have a look at this, what are the... So if condition A is greater than 90, that sends out a signal 1. And if this condition A is less than 20, that sends the signal S, each 1. So this is currently a 1, and so this is why we say it's signal S is greater than signal R. But there are certain conditions where this happens the other way round. So if I was to say, for example, disconnect this from the network, just clear the phlegm out the throat. So we're going to disconnect that, and I really don't want to deprive that of power. But anyway, oh no, it's okay. We can. It's connected in multiple places, so yes. Right, just cut it. Just do a cut there. There we go. So the thing is, power production, once the panels solaires, well, the panels solaires, they are going down now. We can see that. So the machine à vapeur is having to compensate. But as we can see here, these are now, well, they are chundering on a little bit because we have these petit lampes. Do I have that in my... Yeah, I do have it there. Let's just put one there. And these are just very slowly idling along, just to honour the lamps in the network. But if we have a look here, production is shooting up. Yeah. And accumulators are supplying the surplus power. But here we go. These ones are starting to run out now, so let's just have a... Yes, these are all diminishing. All diminishing. These are still currently off. That's going down. Still going down. When this gets to 10% of its storage, so it's only got half a megajoule left, this in theory should send a signal to this to close, and then when it closes, the cables I sent should connect. Probably helps if I have one each side. Otherwise it will make a connection and nothing will happen. So we'll have a look at that. Still going down. Still going down. And that's just connected. It's rejoining the system, and if we have a look here, huge boost of power. So that's the SR latch example from the Factorio wiki, and it's done its job. So now we're going to reconnect that to the power network. And is all of that exhausted? Yep, all of that is now exhausted. Just picking up its last little bits there. So let us reconnect the power, the fuel, so that power can do its thing. So in the last little bits here, just use it out, and the last little bits here, they too are now run out. So if we have a look here, and it's all just accumulators and panels solaires. And if it ever goes down again, this shall reconnect. So this is how our diesel production, or gas oil production, which is insufficient to keep this running continuously, is more than sufficient to run it as a backup generator. And I think it's nice to have diesel as a backup generator. So I'll just look at that bit there. It's still producing the engines we need for our diesel, or gasoil, as the French like to call it. And we'll put in another one there, one there, and do that. So let's have a look at power production. You can see the machine à vapeur is not doing anything, but look at that. 530 watts. Brilliant, isn't it? Oh, love that smell of diesel, the way it's filling in my lungs, gives me headaches. Nothing could be better. And they're still taking time to bring those in. If we have a look here, yeah, they're still bringing those in. So anyway, the thing is, the construction robots will take their sweet time, but they will do it eventually. So we're just going to leave them to it. And whilst we're leaving them to it, let's fly up ahead. Well, we could fly. One of my favourite mods, the aircraft are a bit boring, but there is a mod for helicopters, and oh boy, the helicopters in this are so much fun. I should do a video about the helicopters. Well, I want the helicopters back in the game. So anyway, we're back here, and I said I wanted. I'm laughing because I just realised if I want plastics here, and I do need to make plastics on site, I will need charbon. So perhaps we will be having charbon. So I will need a train network. Is there any? I mean, there's charbon there, and there's charbon there. Yep. Let's just get rid of all of that. So let's have a look. Look, there's 15 million charbon, just where we want it. Let's build you on there, like so. And let's extend the yep, we're going to extend that, but in order to extend that we're going to have to do a bit more violence. So let's do some violence to the natives. I'm sure they enjoy it. It's just like Asterix and Obelix. I'm just biffing them on the nose, and yeah, they'll be fine. Oh, run away. The poison does its job, but it takes time. There we go. What about you? Just breathe in those fumes. Like so. There, so let's just we're going to go all the way over here. No, we're not going to run. We're going to be sensible, take the car. What's this telling me? Accumulator draining detected. Check power. Yes, so this, if we go here, we can see it's now displaying 57, 67, 66. So yeah, it's sending me, yeah, that's about right. That bar there, that tells me. So it's going down. Yeah, these lights can be reprogrammed to display different colours as well. But that's okay, we don't mind that the power's draining because we got an SR latch, and these are getting their fuel again, so that'll be good. And these are working too, so all is well once again. I say all is well, that's not increasing, but that doesn't matter because if ever power consumption gets too much, the diesel generators will switch on. Let's turn all these overlays back on. How nice it is that my production is sufficient that I don't have to worry about roboports. I know that enough is being produced, even though my advanced circuit rouge is not optimal. Whoops, don't want those, just want those. And you're not going to be a bother, are you? No, you're not. Let's just right click on these so that they are back in my inventory. Whoops, too much acid there. Can't run into that bit. That's like a minefield. Speaking of which, landmines are part of the game, and I could build them now as I have explosives being produced. Ooh, nearly blew up the car there. There we are. That's me done. On to the next sector. Ah, have I gone past? Yeah, look, it's up there. Oh, never mind. Right, so it'll take them a while, as ever, but eventually this will become part of the grid network. So let's travel back now. Stop here for a bit, let them offload some things. Go up here. We've just been electricity to your neighbourhood. With electricity and telecommunications, you'll be able to watch my Factorio Let's Play. But please don't watch the bits where I kill your neighbours. When I say kill, I meant to say we they were relocated. Yes, that's right. Relocation. How are we doing for fuel? Ah, I've got loads of it. How are we doing for roboports as well? I think we just used our last one. So we go here, have a look at this. There's artillery done. So, I think a 4x2 compressor will be sufficient for this bit here. No, 4x2 I wanted. Pop you there. And now, copy that, like so. And I want this to be moved down. In fact, as you seem to have some in your inventory, go ahead and just build as much of this as you can. I think I may look at upgrading my power armor and everything else. Power armor, put solar panels with a fusion reactor, and then have a Roboport Mark II, or have 2 Roboport Mark IIs, and then I can have 50 of these instead of 10. Or will that be necessary? Because really, I just like the robots in the robot network to do it all for me. And here they go, deciding to do some more things now. Placing everything down, yep, very good. You can see my internal battery decharged there as as the robots came back in. Let's wait for those. Let's go. Rightio. Just crashing into those crappy little trees. I think there will be sufficient. So, put one there. One there. And like so. There we go. So now, let's see what those robots are doing. The answer is Not very much. Why? Why must they annoy me so? Well, you know what? I'm going to do something about that. Let's stop here, give a chance so they come. Let's have a look at my now these have all got them, well, apart from that, they don't all have their modules in, but productivity modules. So I really want to hold off doing further research so I can get productivity modules, which if I, no, it's not there. If I look here, there aren't any. And there aren't any because, well, the blue production is just too low. So again, we need to get those circuits up and running. Right, so if I come here, this was bothering me. So now they no longer bother me. And if I have a look here, yeah, that's right. So some will go up there and some will go up there. And, yeah, they'll all do what I want. Right, let's go back to the offsite, the new electronics manufactory. Just a reminder to anyone watching me drive right now, I have a mod installed on this called Snap to Grid for vehicles, and it means when driving that the vehicles will only go in a certain granular fashion. So you like that, for example. Not part of the mod, just part of my driving, is if I see a pylon or a tree or a rock, is to start steering into it. Yeah, so let's have a look. This is green circuits, so if I put you there like so, you should be okay. Yep. So that's 2. Now, just a minute, I think I need to put another one there like so, but I want you to be roughly the same so we can see that bit goes like so. Yeah. Alright. That's correct. Place there. There we go. Take the grid line off. And do that. Like so. Now, we need iron going in, so we'll do the same as we've done before. So we'll take the two internals. So siphon off that, and then you go to there. Like so. Now, we shall copy this, and it's not quite ready for our desires. Copier. Place one there. Like so, and like there, there, and now we shall do an extractor for the two. So we've done internals, now we want externals. Right, so first of all, section off the internals there, then we'll siphon off the externals like so, there, and now let's feed that in to there. So one there, two there, one there, two there. Now let's get those outputs up and running. One like so, and the other like so. And that's two. Good. Very good. Now let's drag that line up there. Now this is quite a lot of belt, it really is. But at the same time, if we go to our production facility all the way down in the south, we can see that indeed there is plenty of belts to be ramassed. Shame about the iron production. That's all going into various places. Yep. Why is iron production so pitiful? This keeps scrolling up, keeps scrolling up, keeps scrolling up. It's just a case of that's as fast as it can offload. And these are outputting as quickly as they can, so there's no blockage, there's no bottleneck there. That really is just a case of that's as fast as it can do. And I think here we're getting, that will eventually fill up. And when that does, that situation will improve. Right, so we will have 4x4 bouncers in here. Like so. And do an upgrade, that's red. And do an upgrade, so now it says blue. There. And then the rest of this I can cut out, so I'm gonna not cut, I'm gonna delete this section here, all of that, like so, because I want to copy that, like so, and that's still not quite right because these are in the way. So we'll just copy that segment there, paste it in like so. Now we have it. So now this part here, go like so. And more balances, but of course. Right, so that's that part of it done. Now let us get into the next stage, which is red circuits. Do we have red circuits? That's green. Ah, but that is... Oh. Okay. That is red circuits with modules. Red circuits are better modules. But that was beaconed. Those are beacons. Right, let's just do that. So now if I go like here, yeah. And let's just get the grid up so I can see what I'm doing. There. But now we need plastics in order to satisfy that. So do we have chemistry? I think chemistry is row 3. Oh yeah, look at all of those chemicals. Plastics one side, plastics two sides, plastics of modules. And that's as good as it's going to get. Okay, so modules and beacons. So this will output 2 rows of plastics. Can I do one there and one there? Yep, I can do that. That's good. Do it all the way up to there. Copy that. Paste it there. And then cut those. I mean, if we go back to the beginning video, like with the jump starter base, when I was having to place things by hands, even before the construction droids, we saw how long it took to do things and just waiting for things to be manufactured, and even though I'm complaining about the issues of manufacture, it's actually quite good. It really is. I mean, we may have exhausted our supply. No, we still haven't exhausted our supply of belts. So we're right on belts. But in the meantime, let's just have a look at this petrol production. As I think we'll need a fair bit of it. Yeah. So let us look for petrol. One there, one there, one there, one there. Carry this. I'll do that. In fact, let's just do it like so. There. And now let's see, the line will come, I think. Ah, that's right, we can attach it to this line, can't we? So where's the car? I think we'll need to get in the car for doing this. And let's have a look. So we know it's around about here, so it's just a case of go to there and there. Well, it's not quite right. Our line goes there. Okay. Make ourselves another path. A chemin dans la forêt. And we're going to run about there, so we're almost there actually. Right, that's as much as I'm going to do there. Let's go down. And we are at the 3-hour mark, so let's get connected. And then we'll say that that's it for now. We'll see the plastic comes in and we'll know that we're on our way. Do it again. And do it again. And here we are. So yeah, plenty of gaz de pétrole is coming in, and charbon is coming into that line, and it will come into that as well very soon. So shall I pause? Yeah, let's pause it, shall we? And here it is. Let's have a look at this line. There we go. Now have plastic production on site. If you have a look at gaz de pétrole, I think that'll be okay as well. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching.
Let's heat this up.